Joined now with BYU linebacker, I guess I should call you former BYU linebacker, Sione Takitaki, as he prepares for the adventure that is the NFL draft. Sione, I know you've got a number of visits planned. You've already been on a few, those scheduled. Mentally, how do you handle all of this, knowing that you're going to go back and forth across the country? And after all these interviews, you might not even end up with one of those teams.
Yeah, mentally, it's kind of draining. You know, you doing all these interviews, doing all the meeting teams, doing all that stuff. But I feel like when you think about the whole picture and you want to be drafted, you want to go as high as you can. So I feel like that kind of keeps you motivated and keeps you, mentally sharp and keeps you aware of a lot of things. What's
the best bit of advice you've received from former teammates that are now in the league that have gone through all of this?
Yeah, they just keep telling me stay in shape, You're doing all the visits, you're doing all this fluff stuff, that's what they call it. But make sure that you're staying up on your conditioning, your lifting, because once draft day comes, a couple days later, you'll be flying out and they expect you to perform at a high level.
A lot of teams like you at that inside linebacker position. Fred Warner made that recent transition from the outside to inside and obviously flourished for the San Francisco 49ers. How do you feel about making that transition?
Yeah, I feel comfortable. I feel like that's kind of where I'm naturally supposed to be, just size and everything, all the ability I could do there. So I feel comfortable, definitely covering guys, coming downhill, playing the run. And, yeah, I feel like even, the pass rush stuff has helped me. Just my whole role at BYU that I've done kind of just helped this whole, this whole process.
You played on the defensive line at BYU, you played linebacker, you were shuttled all around. And I know you've said that that has given you an advantage because you understand a lot of these defensive positions. But where do you feel like you would flourish most in the NFL if given the opportunity to play the position that you want to play?
Either Mike or Will. It just depends on the certain scheme, but I think stack linebacker behind the defensive line, either Mike or Will is definitely probably where I'll flourish the most. But I feel like you said, the pass rush, all that stuff, blitzing off the edge and blitzing from inside definitely helped me out. And I feel like a lot of teams have seen, what I could do at all these other positions when I was playing DN and stuff. So it's all helped. But yeah, like I said, stack middle linebacker or Will backer or even Sam will, I'll flourish from over there.
You've been on this meteoric rise, and I know you and your camp and your BYU coaches believe that you had NFL talent and have had NFL talent for a long time, but now it seems like everybody's really starting to get on board between the advancements in the different Senior Bowl games as you moved up to eventually the Reese's Senior Bowl and you got put on that last minute. And now you're moving up all these draft boards. How do you handle all of the increased attention?
It's definitely exciting, because you could play some ball. Like you said, everybody's believed in you, my wife, my family, everybody knew that I could play some ball. Finally getting some attention, I feel like, the sky and I never lies, so I'm happy to be in this position. I knew it was always come, I could just keep my nose down, keep grinding. I knew this opportunity would come, and it's finally here. Yeah, I'm loving it up, to be honest. All this fluff, you definitely don't want to, embrace it too much, but you definitely got to celebrate all the wins and keep it moving, got bigger goals, so.
I know your wife, Alyssa, is obviously your biggest fan, and she's been a huge part of this support crew. What does she do for you to kind of keep you grounded and kind of focused and on pace through all of this madness?
Yeah, definitely home is somewhere where you want to make sure that everything's great, so. Yeah, she's been the person, steering the wheel back at home, making sure I'm good, keeping me fed, keeping my tummy full, making sure that I'm eating the right things, scratching my head when I, doing all the little stuff. But yeah, she's been a big help to this whole process, kind of just everything, at home, making sure I'm nutritioned right, meetings sometimes, she makes sure that, my schedule is right. Reminds me of things. So, yeah, she's definitely helping out as much as she can.
As you prepare for draft day, what do you anticipate that day will be like for you?
I think I'd be a steal. I think people are expecting these things, and I think I'll go sooner than a lot of people think. But, yeah, I feel like it'll be a great day, for whatever team, takes me. It'll be a big journey. To get to that stage, it'll be a relief, but I know that's just a start, and I'm going to have to tighten up and get things going.
Let's dive through that a little bit more. If you were to make your pitch to all 32 teams right now about the player that they're going to get from Sione Takitaki, what would that self-promotion include?
They're going to get a football player, you know, somebody that loves this thing, you know, putting in the work, lifting, running, the weight room, down to you know, the little stuff, you know, playing with my hands. They're going to get a physical player, somebody that's to play banged up, you know, a healthy person that's ready to go, you know, whether it be special teams, you know, defense, getting in there, getting the role right away. They're going to get a football player. And they're also going to get a guy that's good off the field too, you know. Definitely handle my business and yeah, I'm a locker room guy. You know, I definitely get along with all walks of life and everybody, you know, blue collar down to, you know, all the other guys. But yeah, you know, that's exactly what they're going to get.
Now, obviously, with your talent, when you left BYU for a little bit and you came back, I'm sure you were a hot commodity for a lot of teams. They would have said, hey, I'll take him and play him right now. Why was BYU the place for you to stick it out with, and why did you want to stay in Provo?
Yeah, yeah, going through that time, I definitely looked at some schools, but BYU's always been the place. You know, I was married at the time, so I'm like, you know, this is the perfect place for us, you know, to stay here. And then I just wanted to rewrite, you know, all my wrongs. You know, definitely, you know, had a bumpy road, and so I wanted to, like, you know what, I can come back and I can finish strong. You know, I want to make sure that, you know, my name's not rubbed through dirt, and I want to make sure to clean that up and leave BYU, you know, in great hands. And yeah, that's kind of why I stuck it out and came back.
Sione, it's been fun to watch your path and your growth, and we wish you the best of luck moving forward to the NFL draft. Thanks for coming by, man.
I appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me.
You got it.